So, a very good evening to one and all. On behalf of the weekly webinar series conducted by IEEE Malabar Subsection, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you gathered here for the 43rd webinar on Flawless Resume Masterclass. Today, we are honored to have with us Mr. Rajit Karunakaran, Regional Mentor of Change, Atal Innovation Managing Director, Centric Academy for Training and Mentoring Private Limited, and founder and CEO of Probis Knowledge Center, India. Rajit Nair is an international strategist with more than 27 years of hands-on experience as strategy developer, management consultant, and corporate trainer nationwide. He has guided graduates and postgraduates on career planning through his program titled What's Next and Bulletproof Careers Beyond 2020. He is known as the Evangelist of Innovation through his most popular motivational talk on the life and inspiring leadership of the late Steve Jobs. So far has inspired attendees in more than 500 venues all over Kerala and in GCC. He has to his credit of being nominated as Mentor of Change in 2018 by Niti Aayog and has authored the book Making of a Sensible Consultant, which is a must-read book for all the aspiring consultants and has been recommended by Kerala Technological University and many universities in GCC. His another masterpiece and the popular book is Fearless or Shameless, which provides articles on work culture, ethics, and business issues and placed under social genre. Also, Mr. Rajit has co-founded two companies, Centric Academy for Training and Mentoring and Probis Knowledge Center. His popular programs include in a motivational series such as Innovation at Apple, The Steve Way, Design Thinking, Business Etiquettes, and many more. With huge respect and admiration, let me now invite Mr. Rajit Karunakaran to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Priyanka. Good evening, and thank you, IEEE Malabar Subsection, IEEE Malabar Hub, and of course, your chairman, Dr. Sabik Bibi, and all the functionaries and all the participants who are logged in now here. Okay, so we will just start. I need exactly 1 hour to say, and in between, I don't know whether I will go somewhere else. Let's see. I mean, I will pick one cue and then I will go. Anyway, so let's start. In between, something happens, the outage, network outage, because this is the new normal. And please be patient. I will be back. Now it is 300 Mbps connected. Let's see. So in case any questions in between, please feel free to use the chat box, put the question over there. And once I complete my presentation, I will come back and answer. Okay, I will try to make it more interesting because it's evening time. You are held up in front of a device, and let's see. Okay, and there are few videos as well, so that that monotonous, the monologue. I just want to cut off that boring portion. Okay, here we go.
ഞാൻ കുട്ടൻ കൃഷ്ണൻ ബി പി എന്ന് വിളിക്കും.
Mr. Krishnan BP, your father is a farmer, but you opted for the software industry. Why?
That is because after great consideration and consultation, I came to the conclusion that the socialist illusion was a great botheration to the Indian nation whose chief occupation was cultivation and irrigation. But with further contemplation and deliberation, I discovered that without globalization and exploration, there cannot be optimization to make India's transformation to a superpower nation.
How about Bangalore for your first posting, Mr. Krishnan BP?
അങ്ങനെ ചോദിച്ചാ ഏത് മലയാളിയാ വേണ്ടാന്ന് പറയാ?
So we assume that you don't want to become an entrepreneur, you just want to find a job. So for the job hunt, a resume is very important. I may call it resume because this is a fresher resume. I don't want to call it a CV, okay? Because CV, let's say it's a broader version of a resume. So for a fresher, maximum 1 or 2 pages, that's more than enough, or maybe that's the ideal size. So before you prepare a resume, you need to do a reality check. Your strengths, your weaknesses, okay, what you're good at and where you need to work on. These things are very important. So this is the first step you need to do. You need to do a reality check, okay? And then you need to always listen to your inner voice. Don't just get, balked by people's decision or neighbors' decision or nothing like that. It's you. You are going to face this. So you need to focus what your gut feeling is, okay? And you are the best person to judge abilities and your skills. If I can give you a questionnaire, I can give you, a Google form and tell you to fill in, but and then come up with a lot of calculations or analysis and all those things. But you are the best person. You know that. Where I request everyone to mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. And then your passion is very important. Okay, if you are not passionate enough, if you are not passionate, see, every time when I go to an engineering college and then, if it is an induction program, I will ask how many of you genuinely would love to become an engineer. I'm so sorry, very few people will raise their hands. So, that's passion is very important. Okay, that's very, very important. So certain things I just want to tell you before we come up with a resume. Okay, if I'm a little fast, please put it in the chat box so I can slow down, right? Because I'm rushing. I need to tell you a lot of things. That's the thing. So the first thing, why you need a resume? Resume is actually a business card, which will, give you an entry to a company. So you need to market well. You are the product now. So you need to market your profile well. And for a fresher, it's a very challenging task to prepare a CV for a fresher, because only very few things, very few unique selling prepositions are there. So, basically education may be there. That's the only selling point sometimes, maybe the skills. So it's very challenging. So first thing is you need to position it well. Okay, you can put it in the popular, databases, the job portals, the Indeed.com or the Glassdoor or the Monsters or the Times or Naukri. You can put it there, no problem. Okay, but I'm not a great fan of those job portals. Anyway, now I request everyone to please mute your mic. Okay, so now networking is very important. That's the key. Like your seniors, alumni plays a huge role. Your seniors working in they can always do the referral program. They get an email before it is advertised anywhere, so they can refer someone. So networking is very important. Okay, it can be professional and social, online or offline. It's very important. LinkedIn is very, very important in the life of a student. Okay, so LinkedIn is where a lot of hirings happening now. So this is what you can do. You should always participate in online discussions of your area of interest, your domain. You should, don't just go there and put a comment. You need to comment sensibly. You need to read. If you have your own opinion, state it there so that people will listen. And people, the problem with all of us is the procrastination. We don't do it. We wanted to do it, but we don't do it. Okay, so that's the first fence you need to break. You are surrounded by a lot of fences, maybe. So this is the first fence you need to break. The first chain you need to break. That is, okay, if your gut feeling is saying, or you want to comment on something, just comment. Okay, so this is what you need to do. You can start your own blog. That's very good. So you can attract people. You can forward. You can add that in your resume. That there is a blog. Why I say blog? So when someone is reading your resume, they will know that, okay, this person is good in writing. If you're good in writing only, you will start your own blog, right? So that's one thing. Every word, every section you put it in your resume for an HR in the hiring department will have a different set of meaning. I will try to say that once we reach that section. Okay, and you need to enrich your knowledge. Okay, without reading, nothing is going to happen. but you need to read. Okay, read fiction, no problem. You know why you need to read? The more you read, your vocabulary get enriched. That's very important. Vocabulary is very important. We say that Malayalam is good. Malayalam is very good when you are actually, having a pranay nairashim and all. Malayalam is very good, right? Okay, but when you go and meet people, you need, because English is the global language. So you need to enrich, you need to polish your language skills. That's very important. And for that, you need to have good vocabulary. If you don't have good vocabulary, within 2 minutes of your interview, people can understand that you don't read anything, or you're coming from, let's say, not an English medium background. Or a lot of things can be precipitating. Those things are turnoffs, especially at the start of an interview. So that's why you need to have vocabulary. In my early days, I used to read and have certain words, not like bombastic, certain words which I know that the interviewer didn't understand. So these are the tricks I used to do. Anyway, so that's one industry trick. Try to attend maximum online conferences. Now we don't have the other type of conference. So online, everything is online. So online conferences, and if any interviews arranged or any job fairs or campus drives are there, please attend. Even if the profile doesn't match your profile or your passion, try to attend. The more you attend, your you will feel good, because that, okay, this is how you need to tackle. These are the different styles of different companies, how they hire. Okay, and you may know sometimes your worth as well. Okay, so this is very important. And soft skills, everyone says that. Every reports coming out of India says that engineering graduates, soft skills, they are very poor, right? So soft skills is very important. The presentation skills, the problem solving skills, the teamwork, all these are very important. Okay, so this is you need to do it. We may give you some training or something, but still this is what you need to break your cocoon. This is what you need to do. Okay, there are a lot of you're youngsters, you're very young, you're coming out of college, school after +2, and then started college for 4 years, like 17 years you studied already, right? I think 16, 17 years you studied already. Now it's high time you break the cocoon and you start to come out. You need to build. That's why I said you are the best person to judge your skills and abilities. So you have a problem in communicating. Why our children all the time become introvert? Because why? Because of the language problem. Okay, and the fear of failure. Okay, I may fail here, people may make fun of us. These kind of fences always put you down, and you don't want to respond. So break that. Okay, nobody is going to kill you, right? So just break that. You want to communicate. Languages for communication. Communicate. That's why I said read books, watch television, watch movies, watch English soap opera, so that you will understand the language, the conversation. These are very, very important. Okay, now fresher CV, as I said earlier, also it's a challenging task to come up with fresher CV. So what you need to do is you need to keep it very simple. Don't complicate. This is very important. Someone will think that having many pages will impress the employer. That's wrong. Why you have? If you keep on adding things or making the font size big and and make it 2 or 3 pages, that looks so cheap. Yeah, that looks so cheap, and that impression the HR will get that this person is in, I don't know whether in your area people will say, in Trivandrum we say thalla. Okay, so people will say that, oh, it's a thalla. Okay, this person is thalla. So whatever you put, you need to make sure it's error-free, grammatically, and typo errors, spelling errors. It's very important. That's a huge turn-off if you have a typo error, in a CV. Okay. Now another thing is to have a professional photograph. Now we have a problem, like we don't spend money and go to a studio to get a professional photograph. We use the mobile phones and we just click, and that's it. No, for a CV or a resume, you need to have a professional photograph. Okay, and also please list real things. Okay, that's very important. Otherwise, you may get exposed. If by let's say like 90% of your interviews over, and then you put something which is not you are not aware of that, you just put it or you copy it from somebody else, and then the interviewer is very good in that particular domain. Let's say philatelic, let's say stamp collection or something, you just put as a hobby just to show that you are very good. And if the interviewer is the secretary of the philatelic club out here, you're done. Okay, he will start quizzing you, and then you will get exposed. So try to put maximum real things. That's very important. Okay, and then a covering letter is very important. We always undermine the value of a covering letter. What is a covering letter? I have seen covering letters, just a letter saying that, "Dear recruiter," or "Dear so and so, please find attached my CV for the position of a software developer in your esteemed company. Thanking you sincerely, awaiting your response," or thanking you. That's not a covering letter. Okay, a covering letter is actually something which generates interest, which is like an executive summary of what the CV is, because you may not get like 30 seconds, 60 seconds maximum for a recruiter if he's receiving a lot of CVs. So that that 60 seconds, or let's say that 40 seconds, what you will make him read. So this is what, and the first thing he's going to read is a covering letter. If you have seen many advertisements, they insist that they need a covering letter. So be very careful what you put in the covering letter. Covering letter should be an executive summary highlighting what is inside, or the things you couldn't put on your CV. So this is very important, how to prepare a covering letter. Okay, then
Meet Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I recruit awesome people.
Recruiters spend only 10 seconds on average skimming resumes.
It's true.
To save time, here are 3 things that Sean asks when looking at a resume.
Number 1.
Does the candidate have relevant skills or experience?
Number 2.
Does this match up with the position's tasks and responsibilities?
Number 3.
Are there any inconsistencies or gaps between jobs? Numbers like percentages, dollar amounts, and project scope always catch his eye, as these help translate work experience into results. Lying on resumes is a bad idea, but the biggest mistake is using a generic resume for all applications.
You should be tailoring your resume to every job application.
Relevant accomplishments and experiences in your cover letter. By complementing your resume,
A cover letter can make a great first role impression.
so the next time you're applying for a job, remember, use numbers, tailor your resume, and include a cover letter.
okay, I would appreciate if someone could put in the chat box that video was audible. Because I don't have any clue of what's happening. Okay, now this is a fresher CV format. The minimum things your CV or your resume should have. This is what this is the best thing. The way we arranged it is how you're going to make him read. Okay, you can just play around, but depending on what you're going to sell. So career objective statement is very important. Career objective statement is very important, and I will explain each section when we go inside. Attribute, soft skills, competencies, and IT skills, very important. Okay, thank you, Aftab. Thank you, and thank you, Jaza. Okay, so then details about your education or academic achievements. Some use scholastic achievements and all. It's like using the word bombastic. Then summer internships, project highlights, innovation initiatives. These are the new things we need to add now because this is the new normal. Volunteer experience is very important. Okay, that's also because of the new normal. Then language, the more languages you know, better you stand a chance to get hired. Other interest, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. I will tell you why. Then contact details, and of course, references. We will go inside and have a quick look. So what is a career objective? Career objective statement, I've seen that many students, they just cut and paste from the internet. Okay, so this is not advisable. And sometimes, what happens, they will copy from their friend's CV or resume. This is very bad. and both will apply to the same position. Look at the dark side of it. When the HR is browsing through, he will see same career objective statement for, let's say, 15, 20 students. That's everyone from everyone from the same bunch of flowers. That's not right. Okay. What is a career objective statement? Career objective statement should be a very crisp statement, and you are trying to say how you can add value. That is the basic or a generic definition of a career statement. Okay, what you can say, instead of saying that I'm looking for this, I'm going to work with you and get some experience for me, you should make them read what you are trying to bring for the company or what kind of person you are. Okay, so it's the best thing is if you can find answers to the following questions, like who are you? What are you looking for? You have to be very specific. Who are you? You should not be saying that I'm Rajit Karunakaran. No. What skills make you a perfect fit? How will you help the company achieve its goals? Okay. We know that you're a fresher. You may not bring a lot of things to the table, but still you have to be honest, be you, be original. That's why I'm saying it can be even a story. Okay, it can be like a story. Like you can say that a person coming from a village, I'm a person from a village background, adapted to the city lifestyle, and get enticed by the software industry. Look at that, adapted. That adaptability is a huge word. And enticed to the software industry, that means you are inclined towards the software industry. These are the words you need to play, and that can be very poetic, the statement, because we are generating interest. And the correction, 10 seconds you will get for your CV to get attention of the recruiter. And having a career objective statement is also optional. If you are not confident enough to put something out there, don't put it. But if you put, it would look great, because that it's a crisp statement, and it's like the marketing pitch, the tagline, your tagline. Right, so that's you have seen taglines, right? Every product will have a tagline, every company will have a tagline. So this is the tagline, and please don't copy from your friend's CV. So this is again, please don't cut and paste. A highly organized and self-motivated fresh graduate seeking an entry-level position in a tech startup that would utilize my .NET and PHP experience for their projects. Right? So what kind of a person? Who you are? A highly organized and self-motivated fresh graduate. No further explanation required. Okay, and what you're looking for? You're looking for an entry-level position where in a tech startup, right? So you're fine to work with a tech startup. I mean, this is just an example for just for the purpose, and that would utilize. You're saying you have .NET and PHP experience for your projects. So this is what I'm going to bring to you. This is what I'm good at. A fresh BTech holder with a CAPM certification. This is a certification for project managers. The entry-level certification for project managers from PMI, Project Management Institute, US, and with extensive coding exposure. So you said it, you have a coding exposure. Now we say that everyone should learn coding, okay? But not like 12-year-old or 10-year-old should learn coding. That is absurd, total absurd, okay? That is ridiculous. In fact, but you guys, even if you are a Mac BTech, you should know a little bit coding. That would be great. Okay, and you're interested in working tech startups or established companies. So you announced to the world, this is what I am, this is what I can bring, and this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so career objective is very good. This will generate an interest, and the recruiter will read further. Right, so this is career objective statement. Hope it's very clear. You should not copy. This is your tagline. You should not copy from your friend's resume, right? Now, attributes, soft skills, competencies, and IT skills. Earlier, it was a little bit down, but now we pushed it up. You know why? This is where you're trying to say your communication skills, especially the soft skills and the grit. Here you need to say that you are a person who will cling there, who will hold on to the long-term aspirations, okay? And you will navigate, or you will pass through all the obstacles and challenges, and you will achieve your goals. So we are trying to say that you are a person who will not accept defeat or failure that easy, that you will keep on trying till you achieve your project, achieve your goals. Then sense making. This is very important because now we are moving into a world where big data and data analytics, and everyone would love to see data represented in certain format, which is easily digestible for everyone. Okay, not only educated, any layman should understand. So sense making is very important. We earlier used to say that you should have common sense. Now we say that sense making, how you represent the data, okay, from any source, and and convert that into a picture or a graphic and connecting the dots. This is very important. Okay, and then learning agility, your willingness to acquire new skills. That's why I said CAPM. I kept on saying .NET experience, Python. Okay, may not be in your curriculum or in your syllabus, but still you need to learn. Okay, this is what you need to do. You don't have to wait for someone to teach you. And most of the time you don't have to even pay money. You can learn from internet. Okay, so this is very important. And then any other computer literacy, like any statistical packages, it's very good. Graphics, animation, web designing, these things are very good. We don't need big sentences. This can be put in bullet points. Okay, so we moved this after this COVID. C19, I always say it's a game changer. It changed everything. It changed our lives. It put a pause on our lives. And earlier it put actually a full stop and then a comma, and now we are moving. So it's a huge game changer. And look at that. We are doing an online seminar just because of that, just because of I'm sitting at Trivandrum and now talking to people in Malabar area. Okay, so it's a huge thing. Everything changed, and the interviews are now happening over more interviews. Earlier it used to happen. Now more interviews are happening over the online platforms. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Now, this is the educational academic achievements. This is actually the key selling point. This is what you are. Okay, and always try to put it in a chronological area. I mean, chronological list. So have the latest degree up. Okay, so the BTech, if it's BTech will be up, and then followed by don't go beyond 10th and 10th grade. Don't say that I studied from kindergarten, KG onwards up to BTech. No, up to 10th. And also you can play well. If 10th your grade is not that wow, don't put it. Honestly, or you studied in not that famous kind of a school. I'm so sorry about that. Don't put it, because these are not selling things. We are looking for selling points. We are trying to sell you, right? So BTech you can always put. Okay, no problem. The college, the university, I think everything is under KTU, right? And then your GPA and percentage, if that's good, highlight that. Okay, your +2 grades, if it's good, highlight that. This is very important. And if you're studying in a elite or a tier 1 or tier 2 college, you can even have 1 or 2 lines. Like let's say NAC accreditation, B+ or NBA accreditation. You can say that this is an accredited department, so that add value. In countries like Kuwait, they don't accept any engineering graduates if they are not coming from a NBA accredited institution. Okay, that's also maybe a bad news or a good news, I don't know, but this is what's happening. They don't stamp the residence, right? Okay, now closing the gap. Closing the gap is very important. If there is any gap, okay, you thought of taking a vacation after or a break after your BTech, you didn't apply for any job or you didn't do anything, that's very bad. So if you have watched that video carefully, that video, the person is actually looking for gaps. There is a gap, then you need to you need to answer. You are answerable. You know that EY, Ernst & Young, is now giving an opportunity for women professionals who had a career break, who went for delivery or some other family reasons. They want to come back. This is right now they're giving them an opportunity to come back. I know many people rejoined. I mean, restarted their career. So that gap is very important, and never show a gap in your CV. Right, that's the thing. You can say that you during that time you were trying to upskill or reskill. Okay, you studied something. All those things you can write. And internships and part-time jobs also can fill the gap. Okay, so please make sure there is no gap in between. If you are working somewhere, no problem, or you took a break, then say that you learned something. The first question, when you go back, after you complete your graduation, is what did you do during COVID-19? Okay, from that last 1 year, the the lockdowns and all, the recruiters are going to ask you, what did you do? Did you learn something? Did you learn something? Did you learn something new? So please, I don't want to say that you need to do something, which is not there, but still, please say that you were studying something online, right? Python or something. Otherwise, you look stupid that you didn't do anything. You lost so valuable, time. So that's one thing. Keep in mind, this question will be there. This question will be there, right? Now, importance of global certification. See, just a BTech from KTU may not fetch you a job, right? Okay, maybe you may get a job out here, but when you are trying for something elsewhere, you need, people may not understand a KTU, okay, Abdul Kalam Technological University. In that cases, the recruiters will look for, especially when you're doing it over, what do you call, LinkedIn hiring. What's happening is people will understand global certifications. Now, okay, I also have a company called Centric Academy for Training and Mentoring. We also used to conduct, the IT courses and give a certificate. Okay, nobody knows about our company, and if maybe in our locality, if this person is going abroad, who will know that my company, the Centric Academy for Training and Mentoring Limited, gave you a certificate in IT skills? So if you are having a Microsoft certification, no need to explain anything, right? So if you are getting a certification, please make sure that these are global certifications. Okay, these are global. These are the global certifications. This is what you need to do, right? Certificates in IT, .NET, PHP, iOS, Android, all these things add value, right? And of course, artificial intelligence is in every walks of our life, and then machine learning, robotic process automation, edge computing, quantum computing, which is a huge thing, which is again a game changer. Then augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain, it's very important, IoT, whatever, 5G, cybersecurity, and it goes. Same thing, foreign languages. If you know French, if you know Arabic and all those things, and I always say that you should learn Mandarin as well, the Chinese as well. Okay, so project management is very important, supervision, professional certifications, anything. Okay, if you see, the things you see there, that add value. Okay, that's very important. That shows that you did, not only study the curriculum, along with you are doing upskilling, you are doing a lot of things. Okay, so this is very, very important. Yeah, now these are the online, of course, you all know these sites. These are the online famous portals where you can learn. Many courses are free. Many courses are free, and during the festival season like Diwali, Holi, now Udemy and Coursera and all come up with fabulous discounts. Okay, 20,000, 30,000 courses comes just for 300 rupees. Please register and do it. Okay, and you want to get a certification from the university which this course is affiliated, you need to pay some extra money. Yeah, but still, if you get that link where it says that, okay, this is your transcript, that's too good. So please do it. You don't need anyone to push you, or nobody will compel you to go and do it, because college, they may not get time. They are just they want to finish the syllabus. So please do this. Go pick up your area, any area. Doesn't mean that a Mac student cannot learn Python. There is nothing written anywhere. So if you have the interest, okay, just do it. All right. So this is these are the famous websites. Please go, portals, not websites, portals, edu portals, online education portals. You can go and do it. And of course, SAP always add value, because SAP is very important. You can go to open SAP, you may call it SAP, right? It's open SAP. You can do it, and you can register and see. There are many free courses. Okay, and this is very good, in fact. Okay, now English language, as I said, it's very important. Okay, we all speak English, but is it the perfect English or not? We don't know. But someone should validate our English skills, right? If colleges can bring in Cambridge to your college, that should be great. Like Cambridge English, Business Vantage, there are different levels. And these things are equivalent to IELTS. And these things are very valid. If you have a particular score and you go to UK, or you try to apply for a visa for UK or Europe, if you say that you have this, you stand a chance. So these are very important things. And you have a certain, B1, let's say that B1 or C is the top. So B1 or B2 or C, if you have that kind of a score, C1, right? Yeah, that kind of a score, definitely, no, you don't have to prove your English language skills, okay? Because this particular certificate says that you are good in this, okay? So that's another thing. And of course, Project Management Institute, Kerala is conducting sessions for the CAPM. I think as a starter, you should go for CAPM, and later, if you're interested in project management, you can do it PMP. CAPM is very, very good, which will put you in project, because you are a real project management professional if you have a certificate from Project Management Institute. And PMI, this is the Kerala chapter. PMI is actually a US-based, group of project managers, and these are very good things. You are rubbing shoulders with those people, and who knows, you may get a chance to visit or participate in their projects. Okay, right. And then PMI recently introduced disciplined agile as well. There are agile, there are scrum. All those things are very important, because this is now part of our life. Right now, SAP, I said, and then Microsoft Certified Professional. Earlier, I could, from my company, if I give a certificate, people will not know what it is. But if a person is carrying a Microsoft Certified Professional, certification signed by Satya Nadella, okay, no need to explain further, right? And you can put it in a resume on top saying that you are a Microsoft Certified Professional. That itself, in the 10 seconds, will get the attention of the recruiter. Okay. Now, summer internship. Internships are very important. Luckily, KTU also, favors internships. So internship is very important. Try to do maximum internships. Okay, don't waste time. Even if it's a part-time internship, you can do it. Even if it's over weekend, also you can do it if you can get a certificate from that particular institution. So when you are listing down, the summer internship, make sure which company or firm you worked, that you can give one liner, the core business of that company, right? What they do, that's very important. What kind of project or what you did is another point you need to write. Okay, these can be bullet points or paragraph, no problem. What you did, that's very important. Whether you were part of a team or you worked solo, that's also very important. When you say that you were part of a team, that shows that you are a team player. So this is very important, okay, because these are all 21st century skills. People look for, teamwork, because everything now new in the new normal, everything is project based, everything is team based. So if nobody would love to have someone who is not a team player, who always has his own opinion or her own opinion and will not state in the group. That kind of a person has no place in companies, honestly. Okay, so you have to gel along with people. So during internship, if you're going together, you're being part of a team, that would be great. And you have to state that as well. So you can have it as a paragraph, or you can put it as a bullet point. Okay, no problem. And internships, of course, why internships? Because you're very raw, right? You're coming straight from college to a company, and company will have a different setup. There's nothing like a college, right? So companies will follow a lot of etiquettes, a lot of protocols, a lot of policies. Okay, you're coming straight from a college and you don't know, you should not be whistling, walking through the corridor or something. That's a problem. So if the company is looking at your resume and you already did internships in certain companies, they will understand, okay, this person is already exposed to this kind of an environment. Okay, so that's very important. Another thing is, internships give you an opportunity to gain experience and understand the work culture, how people work, how communication happens inside the company, how people address the challenges, how they manage the stress, how how volatile is the team meetings and all those things. My voice is not audible. What happened? Is this for everyone or only for Biswa?
No.
Audible, right? Yeah, okay. So okay, so we will continue. Now remember that if you work in do internship in a company, it's like I hate saying percentages, but 80 to 95 times their a job offer will be walked. This is what happens because they loved the approach, your passion, your dedication, how you're working, your working style, or how persistent you are. This is where all those things, the grit, which I said earlier, competencies, the grit, like you will hang on there. If you're coding, crash the system, no problem, you're still okay, you're working. It's not like when you're joining a company, please don't show like a typical 9 to 5 employee, like 5 o'clock, by 4:45 you put everything, close everything, pack and be ready, like us, like what you do in college. So don't do that. You are there to put some extra hours without your team leader asking. So these are the things you need to do. Right. Now, project highlights is also very important. Work in some sensible projects. Now, we have a plethora of problems in this country, right? If you look around where you are staying in your neighborhood itself, there are problems which require solutions, and there are solutions which can be technology solutions, which can use IoT, which can use artificial intelligence, which can use a lot of things. Pick one of those projects and work on it instead of going with the same projects done by your senior. It's like putting in the old wine in a new bottle. Don't do that. That's not going to add any value for you, especially in the new normal. People are looking for real things, new things. So please don't copy from somewhere, or don't just buy projects from outside. Those are their livelihoods. They will do such things, but how can you trust that these are the things? Or don't copy the codes from internet and put it like, we have seen hundreds of projects with robots and all. When rain comes, this robot will send SMSs, make announcements and all. Even now school kids are doing, right? As a mentor of change, I know this. When we go to schools, ATL schools, adult tinkering labs, the schools where adult tinkering labs, ATLs are under AIM, Adult Innovation Mission, which is under the Niti Aayog. Okay, the kids are doing, 6th grade kids are doing such projects. So grow up and come up with projects. Challenge yourself, challenge your teachers. Let the faculty members also go back and study and come back. Okay, so all those things you should do, and then put it in your resume. So project you have done for your degree, it's very important. Of course, it's a team effort. I don't think BTech project is a single affair, right? And your level of contributions, what you did you prepare the report? Did you do the coding, or did you do the prototyping? All those things you need to write it down. Again, it can be a paragraph or it can be a bullet pointed format. So an impact of the findings and suggestions is also very important. Close it with that. So if you had done a genuine project, you can even carry a copy of your project if they call you for a face-to-face interview. So you can proudly present the same copy. Okay, so this is where I request everyone to mute your mics, please. So this is what you need to do, because I'm rushing and I have only now like 17 minutes, right? Okay, so this is very good. Now, innovation initiatives, as I said, we added this section now because of the new normal. Participation in hackathons and ideathons. I have seen there is a hackathon or something going in your IEEE website, Malabar section website as well. Participate in such hackathons and ideathons, or even you can go to do the coolest projects. Raspberry Pi Foundation. Okay, the link is down. You can see the link over there. Go and do that. Okay, Raspberry Pi, I hope you know that. It's 3,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees you pay, you will get something which can do a lot of wonders using Linux and all. So please do that. Participation in hackathons is very important. So you can say that you are also trying for innovative, products and solutions or ideas. ideathons, you get a certificate, put it there, that add value. Okay, that is much more valuable than your grades and all. Honestly, grades are all just for the cutoff kind of screening kind of thing. These things will fetch you jobs much more easier. Now, volunteering is very important. Are you a person who is having a positive attitude? Okay, are you a passionate person? How you will prove other than money something drives? So this is the chance you need to prove that it's not only money all the time. Your passion, your positive attitude to give back to the society, to help people when they are in trouble during the floods or during COVID, or when people are inside lockdown, or they are in quarantine, how you organize food. All these things are very important. Or you can be volunteering part of IT projects. Okay, if you go to india.thejet.org and get involved /volunteering, you will see hundreds of opportunities where you can join as a volunteer and you can do along with your studies. So these things add a lot of value, makes a lot of sense when you put in your CV. No one is going to look at your grade or your branch or something. Don't get worried about that. If these things are there, definitely you stand a chance. Okay, and then languages. Earlier also I said the more languages you know, better you stand a chance to get hired. Okay, why? Because more than one language, you are proving that you have improved memory, problem solving skills, your critical thinking skills is different, enhanced concentration because you are learning a new language. And Malayalis are prone to learn new languages. Malayalis are very good. Okay, that's why we survive. Our mantra is like that. The people used to say that if you go to moon also you will find a Malayali, just because we are very good in learning the new, very good in adapting to a new culture and learn their language. Okay, a new language, an ability to multitask. These things are actually, when you say that I know French, or when you say that Arabic, okay, don't just say Arabic. And I have seen CVs where it says Arabic language, and then when we do the interview, the person will say only salam alaikum wa alaikum salam. That's the only Arabic he knows. So don't do that. That means you spoil the chance. Like 99% interview is over, and finally we reach the language, and then we said, you are very good in Arabic. Okay, let's now talk in Arabic. Then the person will say that, I'm so sorry, I know only very little Arabic, and just put it like that. So don't do that. And if you learn a new language, you're announcing to the world that you are a good listener as well, because you need to listen to learn a new language, right? So please try to learn at least another language. You may be knowing, people will say, I know Tamil, I know Hindi. When you watch a movie, because of the context, the brain will connect. So we think that we know, Tamil and all. If there is no Vijay, there is no Rajinikanth, maybe we may not be able to convert that or understand Tamil. Same like, if there is no Shah Rukh Khan or Hrithik Roshan, then we have a problem, right? Okay, so now other interests, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. The new gen, they don't have any hobbies. And when I used to have hobbies, stamp collection and all, but the new gen, don't have any such hobbies, because most of the time they will spend time, sitting and chatting or browsing these things, all the time, just doing this. But you need to have at least something so that you will prove to the hiring, the company, that you are not a nerd. Okay, because companies don't entertain nerds. Okay, honestly, in my company, I don't hire rank holders, because I'm so sorry if there are rank holders out here, but the problem is these guys don't share anything with anyone else. Okay, they're very self-centered people, and as I said, in the new normal, everything is project-based, everything is teamwork. We don't need islands in between. So just to show that you have a life outside your studies, you need to show that I'm a guitarist, or I'm a musician, I can sing. Okay, I'm a fashion, I'm a model, modeling. So modeling, dancing, and all are very good. These are stage performers, and okay, this person doesn't have stage fright. That's the indication. This is what the recruiter is looking for, right? Then genuine interest and hobbies, as I said earlier, if you try to fabricate something which you don't know, and by your hard luck, the other person sitting and interviewing you is an expert in that, then you had it. Okay, you say that I'm a Kathakali performer, and so the person who is interviewing you is actually a Kathakali master or something, or finished. Okay, now we have to speed it up. Now it's 6:18. Yeah. Address for communication, contact details. This area, please be very frugal. You don't have to elaborate. address for communication. Now nobody needs an address for communication. Okay, when you join the company, you will get it. We need an email and one or two mobile numbers. That's more than enough. Don't give an elaborative address saying that, oh, I'm staying opposite to this. This is the landmark. You come and don't do that, because we don't know if what's the fate of resumes which are not being shortlisted. Have you ever thought of that? Okay, 90% will go into the shredder, the shredding machine, which cuts it into small pieces and go. The rest will be in the waste basket bin. Someone will clean it. This will go to some other dumping place, and it can fly or it can reach a shop for wrapping. We don't know. It may even land in the hands of a fraudster who can fake your identity, because the entire thing, other than your nakshatram, the entire things are here. So please don't elaborate on address for communication. Email is the first point of contact, and of course mobile phones we have. Okay, unless you're asked to provide details, please don't share your father's name, your mother's name. We don't need now. Now you're a grown-up, you're above 18, right? Passport details, people will give, this is, I've seen, I mean, if you look at 100 CVs, 98 CVs will have all these details when I was in the Gulf countries. Okay, what's happening is passport details, the date of issue, the date of expiry, the place of issue, the passport number. Then his address is there, okay, his name and a photograph is there. Enough for a fraudster to fake the identity, right? So be very careful there. I mean, a lot of incidents were reported, like people coming under somebody else's name and landing in Trivandrum airport. So you have to be very careful. And now having a professional looking photograph, that's very important, as I said, not from your mobile phone, right? Okay, so these are a couple of examples of how not to add a photograph. You can see that these girls, they clicked inside, I think, a washroom. You can see the tiles behind. The other one is just roaming around somewhere, and it just took it. So please, these are not for resumes. These are for your Facebook accounts, okay, or your WhatsApp status. And look at this particular CV. This CV is too personal. I mean, too much of details, and we don't need that. Okay. And then references. The last point of a resume is references. Since you are studying, you're a student, you're a BTech student, you need to give at least 2 names whom you know very well. And if contacted, you are confident that they will give a clean sheet or vouch for your skills, right? So if you don't give it, what will happen? That itself will put a doubt in the mind of the recruiter, like, okay, this guy was a troublemaker in the college, so he doesn't want to. I mean, he's not quoting any reference from his department, head of the department or someone. So be good to all your professors and mentors and all. So always include professors and mentors, and someone related to your studies in the college or the company where you did your internship is also good, or the project also is very good. Okay, but please don't include parents or relatives, even if they are, MBs or superstars or someone. Please don't do it. That's not going to do any good for you. Right. Now, other areas you need to use normal fonts, okay? The sans serif fonts, that's the Times New Roman, that kind of fonts you need to use, because it's a global font. Please avoid fancy fonts and large font sizes. As I said, to increase the number of pages, please don't go beyond 12, right? In too many colors. Okay, that's Pranay Varnangal is not good. Okay, don't do that. And when you're submitting online, of course, try to submit in PDF format so that at least people will not edit that quickly. Still, you can edit. Then avoid too many graphics if there is a restriction like 1 MB. No one is going to sit and download a resume which is more than 1 MB. So please restrict that. Many websites will have a restriction that the resume should not exceed this particular size. And then if you are not capable of doing it, you can even get a help from a professional CV writer, but make sure he's not using a template. Okay, so that's one thing. So why you don't use fancy fonts and colors? You can see, 2 names out here. You can see. Okay, it's very difficult since we know these names we can read. And Chakomani we can read. The second name is Pausia Meherjan. Because we know these names we can read. But think about a person, if you are sending it outside of the country and where the person was never exposed to such a name, you have a problem. Okay, and this is a very bad CV. You can see the photograph is very casual photograph and unprofessional email. freebird@hotmail.com is a very unprofessional email. If you already have such, fancy or macho kind of emails, please get rid of it. Use your name, even if there's an underscore or your year of your birth, it's fine. But please avoid such, sixpackronnie@gmail.com. Nobody is going to hire you unless you are applying as a fitness trainer. Okay, so these are the things you have to be very careful. So please do that. And interest in hobbies, you should not be saying that shopping and hanging out with friends. That's also very negative statement. Okay, this is an acceptable CV in a professional look, but this is not a fresher. Okay, but people would love to see in the latest format CVs, like as I said earlier, graphics, little bit graphics, the representation of your skills. Okay, so that everything is inside one page, and you can see, instead of too much of writing, you can summarize that. Okay, this is not bad. This is a good thing, which will get the attention of the recruiter, right? This is from I didn't make it. This is from Naukri. Yeah, Naukri, they have put a sample thing.
Hello, I am Agil John Jos. I am pursuing postgraduate diploma in Business Enterprises program in Southern Institute of Technology in Invercargill, New Zealand. I had my master's degree in Business Administration, specialized in Human Resource Management. I also had my bachelor degree in Hospitality Management and Tourism. My work experience make me unique. I had 5 years of full-time work experience in the field of Human Resource Management.
Okay, this is a sample of a video TV. This is another sample. You tell me which one.
So that's me, Marc de Roost, half English, half French, born and raised in Fond-de-France. But who cares, right? Well, give me a minute of your time, and I'll try and convince you why you should. I graduated from the University of Kent in the UK with a degree in Business and European Management with Spanish. 3 days later, I joined AFA Press Group, a media and advertising agency, where I worked across 5 continents, interviewing the movers and shakers of the world, and saw my country reports published in world-renowned newspapers. I then decided to start up my own company, providing an online tailoring service for men, and so Mr. Taylor was born. As challenging as it was, I learned a hell of a lot. I eventually joined INSEAD, a leading business school managing programs and advising global leaders. But enough with the boring stuff. You're probably asking yourself, what are a few of my favourite things? Well, apart from sunsets and long walks on the beach, I also happen to enjoy working out, mixed martial arts, golfing, coaching, playing guitar, acting.
Okay, so this is because of lack of time, I'm just reading up. These are the examples of a video CV. You need to prepare one video CV as well. That's very good. You can see what happens. A particular corporate job, it's heavy downpour in Trivandrum. Okay, so hope the temperature will come down now. 250 resumes, let's say, for one particular opening, only 4 to 6 will be interviewed and 1 will get a job. So the rest will go to either to the waste bin or will be shredded. Now, innovative way to get noticed. This is something, okay? You can send to the recruiter a box of muffins or sweets or chocolates along with your CV pasted. CV is enclosed. You can see that. Who will, ignore this kind of thing? You are sending something and the person will open and see your CV. He will have the muffin and he will read. Okay, so you can try this. Honestly.
ശിവ തൊഴിലിന്റെ മഹത്വത്തെ കുറിച്ച് പറയാൻ കേട്ടു. എന്ത് വിശാലമായ ചിന്താഗതി. ഇതെങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ പറയാൻ പറഞ്ഞേ? റീഡിങ്. ഞാൻ നല്ല നല്ല ബുക്സ് ഒക്കെ വായിക്കും. ആണോ? ശിവ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ വായിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള, ഏറ്റവും ഇൻസ്പയർഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള, ഏറ്റവും മോട്ടിവേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള, ആസ്വദിക്കാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുള്ള ശിവയുടെ ആ പുസ്തകം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ആ ഫേവറേറ്റ് ബുക്ക്, അത് ഏതാ ശിവ? ഫേവറേറ്റ് ബുക്ക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് ഫയർ. ഓ, വിങ്സ് ഓഫ് ഫയർ, കലാം സാറിന്റെ. എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയായിരുന്നു, അല്ലാതെ ഇങ്ങനെയൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല.
ശിവ, താങ്കൾ എന്തായാലും നമ്മുടെ കമ്പനിയിൽ എടുക്കാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾ കുറച്ച് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചോദിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ?
ശിവ പ്രിപ്പയർഡ് അല്ലേ? ഐ ആം പ്രിപ്പയർഡ്.
ബേസിക് മാത്സ് ആണ്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് സൈൻ ക്യൂ ഡിവൈഡഡ് ബൈ കോസ് ക്യൂ?
പണിപ്പോളിയല്ലോ, നീ ഇവിടെ നിന്നിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു. you. Correct answer. എന്നാ പോണാവേ ഇയാളെ വീണ്ടും വെറും വീട്ടിൽ ഞെട്ടിച്ചോണ്ടിരിക്കണാവേ. എന്താ പോണു ബേബി ശാലിയുടെ ആങ്ങളുടെ മുഖം വെച്ചോണ്ട്. അടുത്ത തന്നെ സോമൻ ചോദിക്കും.
Which color absorb maximum heat?
ഡാർക്ക് ആണല്ലോ. ഓ ഡാർക്ക് കളർ അബ്സോർബ് മാക്സിമം ഹീറ്റ്. ഈ തല മൊത്തം ഉത്തരങ്ങളാ. കണ്ടില്ലേ മുടി എഴുന്നേറ്റ് നിൽക്കുന്നത്.
ശിവയ്ക്ക് പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ഒക്കെ അറിയില്ലേ?
പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് അറിയും തോറും അകലം കൂടുന്ന മഹാസാധനം. സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റിനെ കുറിച്ച് അറിയാൻ ചെന്നത് കമ്പനിയുടെ മുന്നിൽ. ലോനപ്പൻസ് ടെക്നോ സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് റെസ്യൂം കാണിച്ചപ്പോ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് എടുത്ത് വെക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. സപ്ലി അടിച്ച് മൂഞ്ചി തെറ്റിയ എന്റെ കയ്യിൽ എവിടെന്നായ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ്. പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ ആദ്യ അക്ഷരം പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തന്ന ഊള ജോസിനെ മനസ്സിൽ പച്ചക്കറി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് C++ ലാംഗ്വേജിൽ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാം അങ്ങോട്ട് കാച്ചി. സിസ്റ്റം ഹാങ്, നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ക്രാഷ്. ഓ പണ്ഡിതൻ, യു ആർ അപ്പോയിന്റഡ്. താങ്ക് യു സർ. താങ്ക് യു.
Okay, now quickly I will touch base on the interview tips. Punctuality is very important. If it says that okay, Skype interview at 12 o'clock, make sure you are available online at least by 11:50. Okay, then when you are going for face-to-face interviews, always carry enough copies of hard copy, as well as maybe you can carry in a pen drive, or you can even have a digital resume so you can give the link. Okay, and before attending any interview, please do some research about the company. Go to their website and have a look at it. Once I was in the panel of a famous company, of a pharmaceutical company, and it's a very popular company, and we just wanted to interview one lady, and when we asked, can you give a very popular product of our company which is over the counter thing, she couldn't answer. Okay, it was actually Otrivin, the nasal spray, and if you open our website, you can see that particular thing is there. Anyway, so go to the website and have a look at it. Industry magazines, if you can, or talk to people. This is where LinkedIn will help you. If you know someone who already worked there or working, you can talk to them and try to get a lot of things, right? Okay, and then you have to be a little bit flexible because you are starting a career, and now you know that because of this COVID and all those recession kind of things, the jobs are a little bit frugal, but still you have to be flexible. Okay, and then you keep on upgrading, reskilling and upskilling. That's very important because people or company would love to hire people with multiple skills. And then the first 1 to 2 years, please give importance to learning than earning. Okay, so you need to join a company which is very good, so that you can put it in the CV, and the next company you can just people will hire you because you went to a company, not like Lollapens Technology. If you go there and you work for them and you got a handsome salary, that's why you got attracted to that particular company. But who will hire you once you have worked with Lollapens Technology? So please do that. Then LinkedIn, I said, and then avoiding nervousness online as well, and face to face. Please practice. Ask your placement officers to arrange mock interviews. That's very important. Mock interviews, practice. That's why I said at the start, don't skip any interview. Keep on attending interviews so that that your inhibitions will slowly melt down. Okay, and dressing up is very important. Even if you are doing an online, please dress professionally. Don't just put a t-shirt saying that I'm here baby or something. Nobody is going to hire you. So please, you don't have to wear a tie and a suit, but you can be professionally dressed, right? Okay, then phone interviews, very important. Please make sure I will just quickly play this. This is the biggest mistake everyone do these days.
തോണി തുഴഞ്ഞ് പോയി നമ്മൾ മെല്ലെ.
No one is going to hire you. Okay, the moment you start sending your CV to companies, please stop this ring tunes or something, right? Caller tunes or something. Please stop it, because this shows that, just think that you have given this number to a company in Dubai, and the Arab is calling you, and he is first going to listen to this. If it's a Bollywood number, it would have been a different thing, but if it's a Malayalam song around, no one is going to hire you. Anyway, you put that just to convey your feelings to somebody else. That's okay. It's all college. Gone. Okay, now you can change that. And Skype interview, okay, we don't have much time here to play that. Okay, working abroad. working abroad, why I always say that, not even abroad, just get out of your comfort zone. Okay, that's very, very important, because if you are sticking together along with Malu community, you're not going to learn anything new. Okay, try to be in a cosmopolitan environment. Go to Bangalore, okay, or go to Dubai or some other place where there are many nationalities, many culture, many people are there. So you will learn new language, new things. Okay, so this is why I always push my children, my students, to go abroad. So that will broaden your personal experience, how people are working, how other nationalities are working. You will understand, and you will acquire work experience, which is very valid as well. And then more career opportunities are there, attractive job offers, salaries, a lot of things, better standard of living. And that doesn't mean that we don't have here, but initially to start a career, instead of being getting stuck in a company with a toxic boss and then you becoming lethargic, I don't want that to happen. So please start in a good place, in a good company, under a good boss. You don't have a choice. We don't know whether this boss is good or not, but still you can learn new language and you can build new networks. That's very important. New networks is very important. So do that. That's a good thing.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen. The future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
Thank you so much. I don't know we have much time for questions, but don't worry. You can WhatsApp, you can mail me, or you can even call me. No problem. Okay. Thank you so much. IEEE Malabar, IEEE Malabar Subsection, and of course, Dr. Sabi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for this informating and an amazing session. You actually helped us giving an overall insight on certain tips such as interview tips and resume, how to update ourselves in those areas. Thank you so much. Okay, so attendees who have any queries related to this topic can either write it down on the chat box and it will be read out, or you can directly ask sir about it. Anyone?
Okay, don't worry. You can, as I said, you can mail me or WhatsApp me, or okay, I will just put in my number out there.
Also, participants, there will also be another session handled by Mr. Rajit Karunakaran on 8th April, which is the 45th webinar conducted by IEEE Malabar Subsection, which will be on 8th April and which will be under his motivational series, Innovation at Apple, Steve Jobs Way. So, sir, we are actually looking forward for it. So, enjoy.
Thank you, but please ask our participants to be on time. Okay, some joined very late. When I was discussing the last section, they joined. So,
yeah,
when we take our time off, just to make sure at least the students get some benefit out of it. So please tell them to join on time. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
Thank you all.
With this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and presence.
Thank you. And good luck. And have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks to all the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sparing this valuable time with us.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all. I'm leaving. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.